see if we, instead of tabling it, should we table it as a board for the motion package? Should we table it, or can we vote on the motion? I guess I guess.
So I guess if we vote on a motion, the motion would be to ask for it in the January board meeting or January workshop. I don't know that we necessarily need a motion to ask for something in that meeting.
Okay.
So then any motion we would make on action would
It'll
be
in February.
tabled
For February.
for February
on
after
the
what we learn
discussion.
in the workshop. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
okay,
All right.
right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm like, did I get that right? Okay. So, and then, like I said, we'll continue. If you have ideas for future workshops, I have a bazillion, so you're just gonna be sick of me. Please let us know, because there are things, I mean, like I said, we could do a CBA class, we can do, there's so many things happening, right? And so many good things happening that, but Jason doesn't read minds, and if we don't tell him, he doesn't know. Okay, moving on, consent agenda. Can I get a motion that the Board of Education approve the consent agenda items as presented? Moved by Mr. Osowski, seconded by Ms. Miller. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Motion passes. Okay, action items, special consideration, non-consent agenda items. Item 1, 2024-2025 second semester School of Choice Unlimited 105 Wayne County, 105C contiguous counties enrollment of non-resident students. Can I, I gotta read the motion. Can I get a motion that the Board of Education, at the recommendation of Jason Witt, Superintendent, and Mike Beltink, CFO of the Board of Education, hereby authorizes Jason Witt or his designees the authority to enroll a limited number of students for the second semester of the 2024-2025 school year, with such students being only those students who are eligible for the following openings in grades 1 through 8 pursuant to Section 105-105C of the State Aid Act and in accordance with all other relevant statutory provisions. Grade 1, 5 spots, Beach Elementary. Grade 2, 5 spots at Beach Elementary. Grade 3, 5 spots at Beach Elementary. Grade 4, 5 spots at Beach Elementary. Grade 5, 5 spots at Hilbert Elementary. Grade 6, 5 spots at Hilbert Elementary. Grade 7, 5 spots at Redford Union Junior High. And grade 8, 5 spots at Redford Junior High. Mr. Osowski moved? No, who moved?
I did.
Mr. Osowski moved.
Second.
Oh,
Yes.
Mrs. Martin seconded. This requires a roll call vote. Oh, is there any discussion? Hearing none. Mr. Bailey? Mrs. Dean? Mrs. Johnson? Mrs. Martin?
Yes.
Ms. Miller? Mr. Osowski? Chair votes yes. Motion carries. Okay, number 2, resolution calling bond election and setting matters to be voted on. Can I get a motion that the Board of Education, at the recommendation of Jason Witt, Superintendent, and Mike Beltink, Chief Financial Officer, adopt the resolution calling bond election and setting matters to be voted on upon as presented? The election will be held on May 6, 2025, with the bond amount not to exceed $44,375,000.
Motion moved.
Support.
Moved by Mrs. Martin, seconded by, I believe Ms. Miller got you first. Ms. Miller. Is there any discussion? I have some discussion. I'm sorry. I know there was some discussion about who our potential owner's rep was going to be. With a May bond, a May election, that decision needs to be made pretty quickly because we would need to get the work done. Am I incorrect in that?
In terms of, I'm sorry, just in terms of timing, the owner's rep, the district's intention currently is to continue working with Plant Moran Real Point, formerly known as Plant Moran Cressa. They would assist with any bidding and selection of construction managers and things like that as we move forward. it's kind of a situation where you don't want to put the cart before the horse. You don't want to be selecting people until the bond is actually approved. So I don't know from the construction timeline that they have worked on if there would be much work done this summer. There would be some, but not much.
No, there probably actually wouldn't be any.
Oh, okay.
Because we're planning to take a different approach potentially than we did last time as far as spending more time in the design phase
They're not on this agenda.
for
That's a-
the design phase before any work commences. And that would include looking at who the architect and the construction manager should be. So what's your question?
So are we just automatically choosing Plant Moran as our owner's rep?
No, that
Without-
decision hasn't been made.
Okay, that's what I want to be clear on, that the decision has.
That
not-
decision hasn't been made, and we also have our communications partner in Lambert that can assist us in the meantime, and I can make sure that by the February meeting, and maybe even at the workshop, we can have a discussion, can also add to the list of discussion of a potential owner's rep.
Yeah, thank you. Because not that I have a problem with Plant Moran, but we shouldn't just assume and they shouldn't assume that it's going to be them. Okay, are there any further questions? All right, roll call vote. Mr. Bailey? Mrs. Dean?
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson?
Yes.
Mrs. Martin?
Yes.
Mrs. Miller? Mr. Osowski? Chair votes yes. Motion carries. Okay. Can I get a motion that the Board of Education begin the process of creating an onboarding packet for, creating a board onboarding packet and process? This work will be done in a board workshop no later than March 2025. Moved by Mr. Osowski. Is there support? Seconded by Ms. Johnson? And is there discussion? I will say there is discussion. We've talked about this for a long time. We keep saying, oh, we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this, and it's time that we just do it. And I just feel like everybody at this table has something to say. I think we get in the trap of, oh, our board's not going to turn over, but look at what just happened, right? And any one of us at any point could have a change in our life and just need to leave. And so now here we are, again, with a new board member and no process. And healthy boards, highly functioning, healthy boards have a process. And so I encourage you over the next months to, as board members, to start looking at other districts. Their stuff is usually on their website. Mrs. Martin and I sat in a wonderful, wonderful training in Lansing. Fenton has a really robust one. We don't need a big, robust one, but we need to start this work. And then once we have this, and I'll just say, once we get a packet and a process, we then need to amend our bylaws, which is a
Bless you.
whole nother process. But we need to get the work done first and decide what we want in place, and then we can work on amending our bylaws. Is there any further discussion? This requires a roll call vote. Mr. Bailey? That was a no? Okay. Mrs. Dean?
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson?
Yes.
Mrs. Martin?
Yes.
Mrs. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Osowski?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion carries 6-1. There were no items removed from the consent agenda. Call to the audience, public participation regarding non-agenda items. Y'all are like, nope. Superintendent's remarks. Mr. Witt.
I'm good.
All right. Board of Education communication and discussion, as has been my habit, I will just go down the table. Mr. Osowski. Mrs. Martin.
So we're here, we're building a cohesive team, and that we're all here to work together on behalf of students and the entire district. This includes board members, superintendent, everyone that's on the administrative staff, and everyone that's here. So we have to keep that in mind, that the goal is to work together.
Thank you. Ms. Miller? No? I have nothing. Ms. Dean? Ms. Johnson? Welcome.
I just want to say thank you for having me, and I look forward to working with everybody.
Awesome. Mr. Bailey?
No, to the chair. I've invited some folks to tonight's meeting that have done some good deeds for the Redford Union School District. I cannot speak on behalf of the Redford community, the Redford Union School Board, or the Redford Union School District, but being a school board member, and that I also work with the Redford Connection newspaper, I can acknowledge the people before us for their good deeds. Once a year, the staff of the newspaper select persons of the year who, by their good deeds, deserve recognition. We were to have the owner and publisher here also, Mr. Chuck Haas, but I guess he couldn't attend. So, not in any particular order, first for recognition is Miss Doreen Trolla Poicielli, working with FedEx through an organization called Operation Warm, supplied the Redford Union School District with several hundred winter coats. She and FedEx are not here, but they already received their recognition. Next is the Lamb family for contributing a number of turkeys to the district for redistribution to those to complete their holidays. The Lambs aren't here. Does somebody know the Lambs? Can you pass on?
Andrea Lamb is one of our ski psychologists, so it's her husband.
Thank you. So also, and unfortunately, my apologies for the wait, is the St. Edith's Knights of Columbus for helping provide the district with a number of needed winter coats. And for this year, you've done a distribution to other groups of 500 coats.
28 to 10 different groups.
Wow.
So
Good job.
this here is Grand Knight John Mishniak and also Arthur Spencer from the Knights of Columbus. If you can come forward.
Art's one of our past Grand Knights, and he took on one of the, was important to our financial secretary. He does all the paperwork.
Oh, bless his heart.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
so much. Thank you.
Also, there's the sorority Alpha Kappa Alpha, the Tau Alpha Omega chapter for Redford, for helping prepare some of our students with life skills. Is there anybody here from there? I guess Miss Lindsay is a member. Can you pass on to her? Thank you. Also, Stephen George Garrick, who at 102 years of age, who through the years has provided loyal support and active participation to the Redford Union School District. And his age is more than 50% of the time that this school district has been in existence. We also have one for him. He's not here. I didn't request him to come. I didn't want to take a chance on a broken hip. Andre Marable, recognized for doing what he does. Mr. Marable's not here. I wanted Miss Jan to perhaps pass it on, but she left. So is there somebody else that could pass it on?
Miss Dillard's just gonna have all these bags. She just like glasses.
I'm gonna have to
I'll
check
deal with
these
it.
people and see if they
Thank you.
He did not tell us about this. He did not approach me
Now-
about this.
The Jones sisters, Betsy McCrae, who's a Jones sister, has said that she calls upon her sisters and relies on them when she provides support in her efforts to aid the library at Beach Elementary School.
It is nice, but there's a place and a time for it.
They weren't able to attend. Does anybody see the Jones, or Betsy McCrae?
I'm sure if you could drop it off at Township Hall and Pat would make sure she gets it.
Are there
Her husband is
connections to her at
Township
Township Hall?
Supervisor.
Yeah, Pat McCrae.
Pat McCrae, her husband is our Township Supervisor.
So, thank you to one and all for the good deeds that are benefiting the Redford community and specifically the Redford Union School District community. Would you please join with me in showing your appreciation for these people? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Bailey. Not to be a Debbie Downer. I will say thank you. Thank you for coming out. I will say, request this and say this again, respectfully. There should be no surprises at this board table. If I had been asked to put this on the agenda, I would have put this on the agenda. It would have been earlier in the night. You would not have to sit here. And I need to remind everyone at this table that we speak as a board. And for this board to sit here going, what the heck is happening, is unacceptable. I absolutely firmly believe in thanking people who have done good things for this district. But there is a time and a place for it. And I wish I had known ahead of time, because I would have put it on the agenda. We wouldn't have had people having to stand in the hallway. And maybe if the invitation had come from Redford Union Schools, we'd have had more people here that we could have thanked. Having said that, future meeting dates. Tuesday, January 28th, board workshop, 5:30, right here in our district meeting room. Monday, February 10th, 2025, regular meeting, 5:30, again here in our district meeting room. And Tuesday, February 25th, board workshop, 5:30 p.m., right here in our district meeting room. Can I get a motion to adjourn? Moved by Mr. Osowski, seconded by Mrs. Miller. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say yes. Yes. Opposed? Motion carries. The time is 8:13 p.m.